we're heading out of Mitchell, South Dakota on our way to the Worthington, Minnesota Supercharger. We are entering Minnesota. Okay, so we're reviewing the Murdo, South Dakota 4-stall supercharger. We pulled in late last night around 10 o'clock, and luckily there is a pizza place called Prairie Pizza, which has great pizza just a block away that you can walk to. There is a resort in there, but it's not a chain, so I don't know about the amenities in there.
Yep.
And other than that, it was dark, so I don't know. There weren't too many other things to walk to, so I'm giving it a 4. What do you give it?
I'll give it a 6. I mean, I think the scale helps it there because, you know, we're in the middle of South Dakota.
Then we stayed last night in the 6-stall Mitchell, South Dakota Supercharger, right next to it at the Ramada Inn. I'm giving it a 2 because the supercharger itself is in a parking lot has got really nothing in it. There's a Goodwill and a chiropractor, but there's nothing. You can't go to the bathroom, you can't get anything to eat. There's a Ramada next door, which we stayed at, which gets kind of low scores. The Wi-Fi was good.
Yeah, so I'll give it a 3.
Okay. And now we are at the Worthington, Minnesota 6-stall supercharger. It's easy off the highway. There is a Holiday Inn Express and Suites right there. There is a Ground Round right over there. There's a McDonald's. So I'm going to give it a 7. How about you?
I'll give it a 6. Not great food.
It's great to see that there's lots of windmills here. We've been passing tons of them as we drove into Minnesota. So I'm trying not to steady the camera. I'm just letting it do what it wants to do. And this is what we're driving on. We have been driving on it for about 40, 50 miles since we entered Minnesota. What's up, Minnesota? Why do you make your roads like this? Viewers, if you have any reason why you think it's like this in different states, please leave us a comment below. I'd love to know why. The reason why this car is named, the company is named Tesla, is after Nikola Tesla, who was an amazing person. He was a genius. He lived back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, died in 1943, I believe. And he came up with basically the design for the motor that runs this car. I mean, that's over about a century ago that he came up with the AC motor.
Right.
So why is that a big deal?
Most motors that you see, like the little motors that you hook up to a battery, those are DC motors. You're hooking that up directly to a battery and they go...
So direct current.
That's direct current. But what is in this car is AC. So it's
alternating current.
Alternating current.
Yeah, because I mean, Edison wanted us all to be on DC current. In fact, he fought Tesla for years. He was going to have basically a power plant every mile in this country.
Right, because if you're running DC current, you can't run it for long distances. So I mean, if we look out the window, this is all alternating current. Those power lines right there are alternating current because you can transmit it very, very long distances very, very efficiently, which is one of the reasons why Tesla liked alternating current. It was very smart. You could have a giant power plant producing a lot of power, and then you could transmit that power miles and miles and miles and miles without losing hardly any energy.
Anyway, we've been listening to some audiobooks on the life of Nikola Tesla, and it is fascinating. I mean, he's not taught in school. We've learned all about Edison and all that, but we don't really learn the true histories. If you want to learn the true histories of what was going on in innovation, you should really pick up a book on Nikola Tesla. All right, so we're leaving the Albert Lea. Is it Albert Lea?
Albert Lee?
Albert Lee?
I don't know. Could be either.
Why do they stick them in places where we can't pronounce them?
I think we're just not good at pronouncing things.
Okay. So we're leaving the Albert Lea, Minnesota 4-stall supercharger. It's the older ones that aren't lit like Jesse likes. And we've noticed something about these older ones. They seem to be placed in just kind of like, oh, stick it over there kind of places.
Right.
This was a similar one on this one. I think I'm only giving this one, I think, a 4 because it was a 4-stall. It is easy off the highway. but there's nothing really there. There's
Nothing around,
There's
yeah.
like a Hampton Inn, like a half block up, but there's no food and no real amenities. So
it seems like there are better places that they could have been put, and it just seems like either when these were put in, this was either the best they had, or that they just didn't have the same clout that maybe they have now.
yeah, it's the clout thing, I think. I mean,
think so?
This was like probably 3 years ago, right? When this went in.
Probably.
So 3 years ago, probably people were like, Tesla, what is that?
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm hopeful that as the new ones go in, they'll go in better spots.
Yeah.
Well, so what do you give it?
I'm giving it a 3.
3.
No food.
No food.
5, 10.
Minnesota.
Friday.
We're entering Wisconsin, being greeted by some road work. So we're here at the Crosse Wisconsin Supercharger. It's a 6-stall. There's not much in the parking lot that it's located in. You'd have to go across to the Home Depot to get to a bathroom. There are some restaurants out over here, like an Outback Steakhouse and a couple of other non-chain restaurants back there that look pretty nice. So it's a nice little parking lot, but no real amenities. So we're now in Wisconsin. We just left the Crosse Supercharger and we're headed to Mauston, Wisconsin, which is a short ways away. It's only about 70 miles. So we didn't need much of a charge at that last one. You can see the landscape is already changing quite a bit. More full trees, less plains. Wow, so that was exciting. Some F-35s just flew overhead. And up ahead here, it looks like a really cool rock formation. Sounds like another jet.
All right, we're doing a double.
All right, the first one was Mauston, Wisconsin, 6-stall.
Yep. There's only near a burger joint, although there's nice red paint on the ground. That looked slick.
The red paint gave it an extra point for me.
Right, so
I give it a 4.
I'll give it a 4 too.
The next one that we're at right now is the Capitol, Madison, Wisconsin, our 60th
Wow.
Supercharger.
That's a lot.
Holy bazzoli.
Yep.
And this is a 3-stall. That's a first for us.
Yeah, that's tiny.
One's a pull-in, where you can pull in forward, which is neat.
But only 3, that seems not enough for the capital of Wisconsin.
I know. But we're at a mall that has like a Barnes & Noble and food and pretty much everything you'd need, I guess. So I'm going to give it a 7.
I'll give it a 6. I'm not crazy about it.
All right.
Especially with so few stalls.
Okay, so we are leaving the Madison, Wisconsin Supercharger, and we have the age-old dilemma of which way to go, especially since we're headed towards the Chicago area no matter what we do, and there's going to be traffic.
Right.
So let me just show you on the map here. So basically, we're starting off in Madison, and we could go down to Rockford, or we've decided to go towards Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, right on the border of Illinois, and then we see all that orange and red. It's trafficy down there, but we are hoping by the time we get there, it'll be after rush hour. So keep your fingers crossed for us. That's where we're headed. Yeah, what's that over there? Is that an apple?
Is it?
Or a peach?
Maybe it's a pluot?
Not with a hole in it. So we've been rerouted onto a county back road to get over to south of Milwaukee, which is nice because you get to see some back roads kind of stuff, but it's a little slow. Red Barn, classic. Another Red Barn, classic. Red Barn, classic. Red Barn, classic. Red Barn, Red Barn, Red Barn, classic, classic, classic. There's a quarry down there.
Yep.
Love little back roads. So scenic. You like back roads?
They're a little slow.
That's true. You trade scenic for slow. So, as you can see by the water tower, we are at Pleasant Prairie, and we're just looking for our supercharger. There they are. There are a lot of outlet stores here.
And there's a lot of chargers.
And a lot of chargers.
All right, so we just left the Prairie Supercharger in Wisconsin. It was at an outlet mall. It had 8 stalls. I would give it a 2. There's no food, there's no lodging. 2 is what I give it.
Yeah, I mean, I give it a 3 because I had a lot of stalls and there was some shopping there. But yeah, there's no real amenities, no Wi-Fi, no bathrooms, no food.
Right. I mean, if we had pulled up expecting a hotel or someplace to eat, which kind of were expecting someplace to eat, but there was nothing. What do you think, Dad? Do you want to go on these roller coasters?
I got enough speed with Sparky.
It's true. A lot of people say this car is like a roller coaster. All right, we're doing another giveaway.
Yeah, what are we giving away?
Well, this one is from Dinosaur Park.
Keep to the left.
Shut up! What are we giving away?
Well, this one is from Dinosaur Park, Rapid City, South Dakota. So,
Is it a dinosaur?
it's a dinosaur.
Nice.
Dinosaur piggy bank.
Nice.
So, what are you saving your pennies for?
Ooh.
Leave your comments down below. We'll pick the best answer. This will be yours.
Nice. Can I be a dinosaur?
No.
No.
Okay, we're leaving the Country Club Hills Supercharger right outside Chicago.
I didn't dress for it.
Right. Don't let the name fool you. It's not at a country club. It's at a strip mall. There is only fast food there. So I'm giving it a 3.
I'm giving it a 4. It was the new ones, which you like, and it was 8, and they're lit, so that's cool.
Right.
But it's hard to get to off the highway.
And they're a bit far from everything.
Far from everything.
So,
Yeah.
3. Going back to Indiana. All right, so we're here at the Mishawaka Supercharger in Indiana. It's kind of a hike off the highway. It's a toll road, so I guess they can only put toll plazas every so often. And this is like right in the middle of 2 of them, which I don't know.
Takes a long time to get here.
Yeah.
So only go here if you really need to go here.
Right, so you have to pull off the highway, then drive 3 miles, then get back on the highway, and then supercharge, then get back on the highway by driving 3 miles to the next exit. So you're right in the middle of 2 exits. I don't know.
Loses points.
Loses a lot of points. So I'm going to give it a 5. It's right next to a mall with a bunch of great stores at it. So I mean, that raises it up. It would have been like nothing, but it is a nice mall.
I give it a 4 because there's nowhere to stay here, and that drive is killer.
Yep.
So if you watch, the headlights have a slow ramp up to high beam. So after we pass some of these cars here, if it doesn't detect anything in front of us, it'll go to high beam, and it's a slow ramp up, which is really kind of cool. So it should be happening right about now. See that? It happens nice and slowly. And then if it detects a car coming towards you or a car in front of you, it will automatically dim them back to regular headlights. There. Isn't that cool? It's so nice. Just one extra feature of the Tesla that takes all the work out of it. Alright, so we're driving along here. It's almost midnight, and we're in Indiana, and Jesse just smelled a skunk. So he turned on the
Biodefense weapons mode.
Go ahead and turn that on.
Well, it's on.
Right, oh, it's on now. See?
And I don't smell any skunk.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
If you smell a skunk, turn that on. A second later, no more skunk.
No more skunk. And the car doesn't smell like skunk. Like in my car, if I smell a skunk, I can turn it on to circulate the air inside the car. But by that point, I've already smelled the skunk. So then I just am recirculating skunk air inside my car. This filters it all out.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It should have a picture of a skunk on there.
Well, it also works with chemical weapons.
That's even cooler.
Right.
We should drive through a chemical warfare plant.
Let's not do that. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Now You Know. Check out some of our other videos. We have a few from before we left on our trip, and we have plenty from our trip.
Yeah, check out that one. Remember that one?
I don't know. That one's from a while ago. I remember this one.
Oh, you remember that? Oh, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
This one was good.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah.
I'm in that one.
And check out this one over here.
Oh, wow.
And also this one.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is a lot of videos. You should check them out.